welcome to my channel. So today I thought I would talk about British people and British culture and the weird things that we Brits do in our everyday lives that other people may find a bit strange, or maybe you do them too. Let me know, because who knows, maybe we all share these strange, quirky things. So number one that's probably renowned around the world, is that we love tea. We drink tea all the time. I've always got a cup of tea on the go. This one's too hot actually. Yeah. Usually the tea is English breakfast. That's what we mean by tea. So if someone says you want a cuppa, it means an English breakfast tea. However, for me, and this is changing for lots of people too, I tend to have green tea, or I actually really like oolong tea. So tea without milk basically, but that's rare. Most people have tea. They wake up with tea, go to bed with tea, and there's loads of different varieties, but usually it's PG Tips or Yorkshire, or everyone has their favourite brand. I like Tea Pigs are my tea, I like. Okay, number two. When you say hello to someone, you don't just say hi, you say, "You alright? Hi, you alright?" And this is not a genuine request to find out if they are okay. You're not trying to find out if they're okay, you're just saying hello. But you say, "Hi, you alright?" And the response to that is, yeah, I'm good, you alright? They're not genuinely asking, so you don't go into this whole detail about how, oh god, I just can't cope, this has failed and I've stepped in a huge puddle and I just can't cope with life. I don't know why stepping in a puddle is can't cope with life, but anyway. So it's just a greeting. Number three, queuing. Queuing is like an institution here. You have to queue for everything, but not just queue, you have to queue right. You do not ever push in a queue. You have to respect the queue. So we even say things like that, respect the queue. So you must queue, you must not push in, and if someone pushes in, oh my god, there's tuts, there is shaking of the head, there is, oh, can you believe what they've just done? It's a big deal. Respect the queue, man. Number four, politeness, manners. We're very big on being polite to other people, so you always say please, always say thank you for whatever. So for example, if you're walking down the street and you let someone pass, you say thank you. This is something I found really difficult when I was in America. I thought people were being so rude because they just walk on by, not look at you, and just be off. And it would really make me angry because I'm like, I have just waited here and you are not acknowledging me. Even by looking at me, you're just walking straight by. Where's the thank you? I'm getting angry just thinking about it. So say thank you when someone lets you go, and the same in a car. Obviously they can't hear you, so put your hand up, say thank you. It's polite. So then in conjunction with that, number five is we say sorry all the time. If you do something accidentally, so let's say you're walking down the street and you knock into someone, you say, "Oh, I'm sorry, are you okay? Oh, let me help you." They drop stuff. "Oh, I'm so sorry." And you say it a lot. "Oh, I'm so sorry I did that. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? I'm so sorry." I'm sorry. Like if you're at a dinner party and you want someone to pass over the potatoes or something, then sorry, excuse me, can you pass me the potatoes please? Thank you. Sorry, thank you. And then they pass you potatoes and they're going, "Here you go, thank you, sorry, thank you." Particularly if they go past someone, it's like, "Oh, sorry." So yeah, sorry, thank yous, pleases all the time. It's and it also doesn't just mean, so in that instance, sorry meant excuse me. It doesn't mean I am sorry. It's like I'm sorry I'm inconveniencing you. So it's thinking about the other person. That's what sorry can and means most of the time. Number six, accents. There are a huge variety for such a small country, and obviously the accents have developed across many hundreds of years, and small communities got bigger and bigger, but because there's lots of small communities spread out, each have created their own accents, and not just communities from north of England to southern England or Scotland or wherever. Sometimes within towns to a next door town can be a different accent. My ex-boyfriend lived in Lancashire, and he knew if someone was from Preston, or if they were from Chorley, or if they were from Burnley, or if they were from wherever. He could tell the accents, even though for me, from southern England, I could just hear a Lancashire accent. I could hear it was maybe slightly different, but it was just a Lancashire accent. And so it's amazing. Some people can even do it from like one town, and if you're from one part of town you sound different. You know you're from one part of town because you don't sound like that. It's amazing. So accents are a big thing, and they can be quite tricky to understand, but just people get that. People know if they've got a strong accent, and it's you just ask someone to repeat it and it's fine, it's all good. Just say sorry. Can you repeat that? That'll go a long way. Sorry, can you repeat that? Would you like a cup of tea? You'll be in there. Number 7, food. I thought I'd do a few on food. So, firstly, there's lots of different words for meals. So, breakfast is pretty standard across the world. Breakfast is called breakfast. Brekkie, you might say. And then there's brunch. If you haven't had breakfast, you might have brunch, which is like a full English, which is sausages and bacon and eggs. Or if you're vegetarian, it might be a vegetarian sausage and beans and toast and halloumi. But that is considered brunch. And then you have lunch after that. And then things get a little bit different. Depending on where you are in the country, or depending on what you grew up with. So my family is from Yorkshire originally, so we used to call dinner tea. But nowadays, because I grew up in the south, maybe I call dinner, not tea. But some people call dinner supper. But supper for me is a later thing. So if you had an early dinner at say 4, 5, and then you want something later at 8, 9, that's a light thing. It's a supper. It's a light supper. But some people call dinner supper. So, and also confusingly, people call, as I said, my family from Yorkshire, people call dinner tea. So you're going round for tea. It doesn't mean you're going round for a cup of tea. It means you're going round for dinner. Also, the other thing is school. If you have school lunch, it's not called school lunch, it's called school dinners. But you have it at lunchtime. It's amazing. I love it. Number 8. So I would say that probably one of the biggest, the nation's national dish is Sunday roast, a roast dinner. And it's Sunday roast because traditionally people had it on Sundays, and that is still the case really. If you're going to have a roast dinner, you tend to have it on a Sunday. So it's some sort of main, like roast chicken or roast beef or roast lamb or roast pork, or a vegetarian version. You might have like a nut roast, or you might have vegetarian Wellington, or you might have just something else with potatoes and gravy and vegetables, and it is yummy. So tasty. And even now, you go to a pub on a Sunday, you have to be careful. If you don't want roast, you have to make sure that they're going to serve something else. Lots of pubs that serve food on a Sunday only serve roast dinner. And the other interesting thing is a lot of people who have roast dinner on a Sunday, it's not dinner at dinner time, say 5, 6, 7 o'clock. You have roast dinner at lunchtime, or maybe 1, 2, 3 in the afternoon. So it's never called roast lunch, even though you have it at lunchtime. I think it's mainly because we like to confuse people and be weird. No, because dinner is our biggest meal of the day, usually, and therefore calling it a roast lunch, which just sounds weird, it wouldn't work because it's going to be your biggest meal of the day, so even if you have it at lunch. Probably. Number 9. Takeaways have changed. Fish and chips used to be like a really big staple, like that was quite a national dish as well, alongside roast dinner. But nowadays, fish and chips, they can be so hit and miss. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. So I would say most takeaways are Indian, maybe people get pizza, maybe people get Chinese. So takeaways tend to be not fish and chips anymore, but fish and chips by the seaside. Oh, that That's amazing. That is so tasty. With vinegar and salt. That's it. I love a ketchup or mayo on my chips at home, but if I am at the beach, vinegar and salt all the way. It's just so tasty. Number 10. We have quite a few unusual names for food, and again, I guess it's because of our history, but we have things called spotted dick, which is the strangest name. It's like a cake with lots of currants and raisins inside, that's usually boiled, I think, which sounds awful, but it's lovely, it's really nice. I haven't had it in years, actually. Another one, toad in the hole. Sounds really dodgy, but it's sausages with batter poured over it, and you cook it in the oven. And have it with gravy, and you can have meat sausages, vegetarian sausages, and it's so tasty with some vegetables on the side. It's lovely. And alongside that, Yorkshire pudding. It's not a pudding. You have it with your roast dinner, and they are so good. I like to pour a little bit of gravy inside it, and then dip my veg or whatever inside my Yorkshire pudding puddle of bowl of gravy. It's so good. Pigs in blankets. Another thing that you have with roast dinner, but usually only Christmas dinner. Why people don't have it all year round? Because people love them, die for them. So it's basically like little cocktail sausages wrapped in bacon, and they are so good, and they go down a treat. Another one is mince pies. Again, another one at Christmas. Mince pies have no mince in them, and I was reading up on this the other day, and they used to have mince in them, but not for hundreds and hundreds of years. But now the mincemeat that you put in it is currants and sultanas and candied peel, and they are so tasty. They're wrapped in pastry, and they're so good. Number 12, our humour. I feel like we've got quite a unique humour. We're quite sarcastic. Sarcasm is really big. We are sarcastic about everything. It's quite a dry sense of humour, it can be quite a dark sense of humour, and I love it. People it's called taking the piss, which is make fun of your friends. You do it, and if you're like a really good friend, you're taking the piss out of them all the time, or it can come from anywhere. And sometimes I feel a bit uncomfortable about that, and usually people are better than me at this. Number 13, sandwiches. We are big on sandwiches for lunchtime. So it's usually like breakfast and then a small lunch of sandwiches, crisps, fruit, whatever. But sandwiches, they're meal deals in the shops, the supermarkets, every day. And that's what you get. You get a sandwich, you get a chocolate bar or a packet of crisps or some sort of other thing, and a drink for £5. And people love them, and they have such nice flavours, and they're really fresh and really nice. Depends on where you go, obviously. But yeah, we love a sandwich. Okay, number 13, weather. We talk about it a lot. And I think we talk about it a lot because it's so unpredictable. It's, one day it could be pouring with rain, but the following day it could be the most boiling hot day, and the following day after that it could be freezing and you need to wear 2 jumpers. And that's why we talk about it, because it is crazy. So, for example, today it's like 0 degrees outside, and it's, I'm bundled up. But in 2 days' time, it's supposed to be 12 degrees outside. How can it be within a couple of days? It's snowing outside, not quite in where we are in southern England, but north and middle England, it's snowing, and definitely in Scotland, snowing, and then in 2 days it's going to be 12 degrees. What is that about? So yes, we talk about it a lot. And number 14, because of the unpredictability, we don't want to let it beat us. Weather, you are not going to win. So if there's any chance, any slight bit of sun, we are wearing shorts or a skirt and flip-flops and a t-shirt, and we are enjoying life. My son, he is gone to school in shorts today. 0 degrees. What is he doing? It's one of his challenges. He's trying to do the whole school year in shorts. And he's doing really well, to be fair. If that's something to do really well at, he's doing well. So, temperature, you wear what you want to wear. and on that note as well, women, usually it's girls going out, but men too, will go out in the middle of January, New Year's Eve, and wear t-shirts. Men, or girls will wear like strappy tops or short skirts or whatever, without leggings, without tights or anything. And also they won't take a coat, because then you have to pay to have your coat checked, or you have to queue up to get it checked, and who can be bothered with that? And also when you're in the pub or club, you have to then carry your coat or look after your coat, so you just cope with the cold for the short journey from your house to the pub, and then it's all good. So, yeah, I've done that a fair few times in my life. When I was younger, I was known to wear whatever and not take a coat, because I'm not queuing and I'm not paying for the coat to be checked. Number 15. With that weather, we have dark winters. So it can go light, like 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then it can get dark around 4. So that's before you've left work. So you can leave for work and come home from work still in the dark, or school. And it can be quite hard. People can struggle with the lack of sunlight. Number 16, pubs. Pubs have been a central focus in every town or village for many, many hundreds of years, and that is still the case today. It's a central hub that people like to go to and hear the sounds and chill out and relax with friends, or on your own, just go and, have a pint. And it's a hub for the village. Also, the pub garden on a sunny day is like a godsend. It's amazing. Everyone heads straight for those straight after work, or lunchtime pub, lunchtime drink. If it's sunny, weekend, you're in that pub garden. It's really, really, make the most of it. That's what we say, make the most of it. However, number 17, alongside that, the drinking culture in this country is, I guess maybe because of it, people drink a lot. That is getting better. I've heard that younger people are drinking less. I drink a lot. Well, I feel like I drink too much. But people don't binge so much, I don't think, now, but it's still a big part of our culture and our world. Number 18, we say things like we're going to pop, which is not a verb. Well, it is a verb, actually. It is a verb, but we use it in a different way. So we use to pop as the verb to come or to go. So you can pop over, or you can pop up, or you can pop down, or you can pop in. So you might say something like, oh, let's pop down the shops, or oh, should we just pop in here for a quick bite, or let's just pop uptown because I need to get some bread or something. So should we pop over Mum's for some cake? So to pop is used quite often, and I really like it. I find it's really endearing and really sweet. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have any things that you can relate to, or anything that your country does, or that you do, that you can, if you're a Brit, do you relate to any of these? Do you say to pop? Do you love tea as much as me?